What if I told you that the most powerful ability in the Naruto universe isn't some flashy jutsu, but instead it's a forgotten principle that's tied to ancient spirituality, an ability that doesn't just control chakra, but in a way it creates life, and to an extent it nullifies death. This isn't some Kekkei Genkai or elemental chakra nature. Instead, this is Yin-Yang Release, and only the most godlike shinobi and literal gods have ever used it. Join me in today's newest Naruto Explained video, where we're going to be taking a deep dive into Yin-Yang Release, a power that sits near the very top of the Naruto chakra hierarchy. And in today's video, you're going to learn what Yin and Yang Release are individually, how Yin-Yang Release is formed, who can use it and why, and most importantly, what Yin-Yang Release symbolizes through the lens of Buddhism, the very philosophy that inspired it and so much of what you see in the Naruto franchise. So what is Yin and Yang Release? To understand Yin-Yang Release, we first need to separate the two halves. Yin Release and Yang Release. In Naruto chakra, it isn't just a source of energy, it's a reflection of both the mind and the body. This is directly drawn from Taoist and Buddhist cosmology. So Yin Release is mental, it's spiritual energy, it's emotional energy, it is the imagination, it is the formless. It allows you to create form from nothing using merely your own thoughts. Think of Genjutsu, that is Yin Release. Shadow Possession Jutsu, that is Yin Release. Techniques that shape reality from mental constructs, basically. Ino's Mind Transfer Jutsu and Mind Transmission Jutsu, those are Yin Release. Whereas with Yang Release, you have things that are physical, they're rooted in vitality and life energy. It enhances the body's naturally existing properties. Think of this like the healing jutsu or regeneration, or techniques like the Akimichi clan's expansion jutsu. All those things, they come from Yang Release. So Yin Release is stuff that people like Sasuke specialize in, whereas Yang Release is stuff that people like Naruto specialize in. Yin Release being regular clones that you make at the academy, whereas Yang Release is the shadow clones that Naruto makes. Together, both of these, they form two halves of chakra. When they're perfectly balanced, they unlock something completely divine. That brings us to the next question. What is Yin-Yang Release? So Yin-Yang Release is the ability to combine spiritual creation, yin, and physical manifestation, yang, into one seamless force. Think about how Hagoromo created the tailed beast from the ten tails chakra. That was Yin-Yang Release. Hagoromo used himself to create life. He took that chakra from the ten tails and he forged it into sentient beings like Kurama and the other Biju. And Yin-Yang Release is how Otsutsuki like Hagoromo and Kaguya and Toneri, they are able to create their own truth-seeking orbs out of nothing. Hamura can do it as well. Later on in the story, Naruto Uzumaki, he used Yin-Yang Release through the truth-seeking orbs that you see at various points. He also used Yin-Yang Release to restore Kakashi's eye. And he is also able to a certain extent, when using the truth-seeking orbs, cancel out ninjutsu, though there is a couple of exceptions to that, namely when we see him fighting against Sasuke, but that's another video for another day. But here's the kicker. Unlike Kekkei Genkai, Yin-Yang Release, it isn't about mixing chakra natures like fire and water. Don't think of this like a Kekkei Genkai. That is something that a lot of people tend to think of. Instead, this is a fusion of thought and vitality, of will and action. In Buddhist terms, it is the whole concept of enlightenment being put into humanity actually practicing it. Think of the yin-yang orb that you see blossoming into a lotus flower. That is enlightenment. So how exactly is yin-yang release gained? So this isn't a power that you just train to tap into. Yin-Yang Release, it is inherited either directly from a deity level source, like say the Sage's Sixth Path, or it is through divine chakra, that being something that you gain from external sources like becoming a Biju, or you yourself are what is to be considered a divine being, like an Otsutsuki, a celestial being. So Hagoromo Otsutsuki, he naturally possessed Yin-Yang Release as the Sage's Sixth Path because he is an Otsutsuki. Naruto was granted the Sage's Yang power, the Yang chakra, that's what's in Naruto's seal. But along with 6-path Sage mode that Hagoromo gives to him and 6-path power that Naruto gains via the 9 Biju chakra as a pseudo 10-tailed Jinchuriki, Naruto gained full access to Yin-Yang Release. Now, Obito Uchiha, he got it after becoming the 10-tailed Jinchuriki. He awakened it as a byproduct of receiving divine chakra in that method. Now, Madara also had it when using 6-path power, the same way that Obito got it strictly from being a 10-tailed Jinchuriki. Unlike Hagoromo, the other three are unable to make new truth-seeking orbs by using Yin-Yang Release. When they're destroyed, they're gone, which, as a reminder, when one of the orbs reform for Obito in the anime, that's an animation error that is corrected later on the Blu-rays. That is not something that ever happens in the Naruto manga. Once the orbs are destroyed, they're gone. Yin-Yang Release, it requires balance, not just chakra, but the balance has to come from the spirit. You need both conviction as well as vitality, clarity, and strength. This brings us to the truth-seeking orbs and the yin-yang techniques, which you're probably most curious about. So the most iconic expression of yin-yang release is the truth-seeking orbs. Those black orbs that fall around 6-path users like Naruto, Madara, and Obito. That's what everyone likes to think about with this. They're made from all 5 changes in chakra nature, plus yin chakra and yang chakra, making them the ultimate weapon. They disintegrate anything they touch, matter, jutsu, even immortality, because they overwrite existence itself. But when someone uses yin-yang release, they can also heal and restore life. Naruto used Yin-Yang Release to give Kakashi a new eye and save Might Guy from dying. This is essentially what makes someone either a god of destruction or a god of creation, depending on how they use the power, making it perfectly balanced as all things should be. The duality of destruction and creation is the essence of Yin-Yang Release, though it should be worth noting there are limits. Hence, Naruto could not use Yin-Yang Release to save Obito from death, and as we were told, when Obito is using the truth-seeking orbs, which are Yin-Yang Release, even being an Edo Tensei does not save one. If those orbs were used in the right way, they could have just killed the Edo Tensei Hokage. This brings us to Yin-Yang Release in Buddhism. So Yin-Yang Release isn't just powerful, it's also symbolic. In Buddhism, true enlightenment is the merging of dualities, the emptiness of form of the world, yin and yang, samsara and nirvana. Naruto, who starts off very chaotic, that is yang. He is brash, he is emotional, he is physical. He attains spiritual balance when he meets Hagoromo. He embodies the Bodhisattva idea, someone who chooses to remain in the world to ease the suffering of others. However, Sasuke and Obito, they are people who they initially started out with yin, lost in illusion and trauma. They gain yang through their pain, becoming grounded and real, ultimately sacrificing themselves for others. Sasuke gains access to what he's missing in the form of yang when he meets Hagoromo. That's why his Rinnegan is different. Whole video breaking that down. Now, his redemption is also a karmic reversal, he and Obito. Now, Hagoromo, as a Sage of 6 Paths, is basically akin to being the Buddha figure in all of this. That's why you'll hear me say repeatedly Naruto is a story of samsara, because basically Hagoromo is Buddha in the 72 volumes of Naruto's manga. Hagoromo, having mastered the wheel of rebirth and created a path for others to follow. The truth-seeking orbs even resemble aspects of the Dharma wheel, a Buddhist symbol of cosmic law. That's why Ishiki having the Kokugan eye, which is another resemblance of the Dharma wheel, is so special. It's an evolution. Yin-Yang Release, it's not just about chakra mastery, which is what a lot of people talk about. It's enlightenment. It's the harmony between illusion and reality, destruction and rebirth, karma and transcendence. So the next time you see Naruto wielding those black orbs and you're rewatching the anime, or he's healing someone without a simple hand sign and Naruto is sitting there scratching his head going, I don't know what I did, I just touched the guy and he felt better. Remember, this isn't some cool power-up. It is a mark of spiritually awakened warrior. And Kishimoto does this stuff on purpose, so it's not something done just to be super cool. A lot of Naruto is rooted in stuff like this. A shinobi who has a balanced mind and body, form and void. And cool fact, if you go back to the tuning exams, when Iruka meets Team 7 after they complete the Forest of Death, what's one of the things that Iruka tells Team 7? To work on their weaknesses. It's all about yin and yang. It's always been about yin and yang. In the end, Yin-Yang Release is Naruto's final transformation in so many ways. Not into a monster, but into becoming a true sage. That's why he is the only one who has 6-path sage mode, which reminder, 6-path sage mode, 6-path power, two different things. And that might be the most powerful evolution of them all. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, clicking here on the left to check out more videos from Naruto Explained. Click here up top to check out videos from my Everything One Piece Explained channel, or click here on the right to check out videos from Anime Explained, where I talk about non-Naruto content in the same way as this, just no theories and things of that nature.